welcome. Spoiler alert, we are dealing with the Nachzehrer. My favourite ghost personally, but let's go into it a little bit now. Try and be as quick as possible for you guys. I really want to make really short guides so that you guys can understand these entities a little bit more and then get straight into a game and deal with them. If you like this content, if you want to see more guides, make sure to give me a comment or subscribe to my YouTube. That would be amazing. Thank you guys. That being said, a Nachzehrer is, let's just call him the vampire ghost, because, you know, that's kind of what I call him.
Hello, Mr. Vampire! I'm here to hunt you!
He's a horrible ghost, very aggressive. There's one thing to note about the Nachzehrer, and it's probably the most important thing of all. The Nachzehrer will actually break your rune if it is anywhere near dark. Candles will not act as a light source, but zacky/bobby will. So either place your rune underneath a light or beside zacky or bobby, whoever you have. Now the entity is close to the vampire, it feeds on the blood of its victims.
Are you biting my neck? I don't feel anything.
It is particularly sneaky and it attacks only in the dark. So if you enter into a contract and you find yourself being bitten, not hunted, now that's the difference. A vengeful ghost hunts early. A Nachzehrer hits early. Okay? If you're being hit early on and it's in the dark, you're probably dealing with a Nachzehrer. You need to, in order to identify this ghost, but I'll tell you right now, you will get one piece of evidence and you will identify it, because the minute you step into the dark, you will be attacked. You don't need this evidence, but I'll tell you anyway. EMF 5, LSS, orbs and voices. It has quite a lot of energy. It doesn't hunt until 90 to 100% activity, but it will bite you throughout the map whenever it's dark. It's kind of fast, but not the fastest ghost, and the pistol and the burning flash do okay with it in order to, you know, control it a little bit. Incense, however, will not interrupt the hunt. It may reduce its activity. In order to banish the Nachzehrer, you guys are going to need to craft Blood of the Dead. Aptly named, you won't forget it, and you know what, it's a good thing. Because if you enter a map and you're bit by this guy, craft it up and get going. Let's go, we're going to jump into a contract, guys, in Little House on medium. I'm going to show you a Nachzehrer. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to identify it, a couple of things to do with it. Yeah, let's go, let's get that perfect contract and let me take you through a game that I've already run, but we know it's a Nachzehrer. So I do want to highlight a couple of key behavioural points to this Nachzehrer, and I hope you do enjoy it. So let's jump into that contract and let's go. Alright, so let me take you through a contract that I had not too long ago against the Nachzehrer. Now, I spawned into Little House and immediately seen this really evasive orb. Right? Let me tell you, it was a little bit frustrating. It would not come out for a picture. It might be shy, but I tell you something, the Nachzehrer is not.
No, I don't feel even a teensy vibe.
Come out. I was getting a little bit frustrated with this guy, and there's no point in trying to take an orb photo if the orb is beside the wall, it won't register. So I had to wait till he came out a little bit. My next go-to would usually be to check for the cursed object. Now, of course, we all know that this is a Nachzehrer, but at the time, I definitely didn't know that until it showed its very distinctive behaviour. So we go around Little House, we do a walkthrough, we look at the location of the cubes, and we also look for the cursed object if there is any. Cursed object and orbs are two really good ones to get out of the way pretty quickly. Now this orb is evasive. I'm struggling to see whether it's a terrace entrance, terrace garden, or even a hallway or living room ghost. It's moving from like, it's basically in the centre of 4 rooms, so you know. We'll come and get the book and we hope that it writes its location in there. I'm putting it outside because the orb was outside and has stayed outside. So that kind of whittles it down to terrace entrance and terrace garden. Technically also garden, but probably won't be. Now there's no distortion in the living room, but we did find the blocks or the cubes, so we know where to go in terms of finding that cause of death. And we just finish our search here for the cursed object, but as you know, we will not find any. The Nachzehrer will not have a cursed object for you to find, so there is that. You've taken, see, this is what throws me off a little bit. It's the fact that he's already written something that's not giving me an EMF reading. There's your Nachzehrer. Now, notice some key points. Aye, that's a good photo. Notice some key points here, and it will be the same every time you have a Nachzehrer. The lights will be off. If you start the contract and turn all the lights on, the Nachzehrer will turn the breaker off and then start attacking you. This particular contract, because it is medium, the breaker was already off, so we will just come over here and we will get that generator back on. We have our little safe space. Now, we do know that it is it Zacky, Bobby? It's Zacky. We do know that Zacky or Bobby will help us. They have a light that you can use. Whenever you place the rune down, the Nachzehrer will break it if it's in the dark. This piece of equipment is going to be your lifesaver, so if you are dealing with a Nachzehrer, leave him off until the hunt. You'll always be able to get your photo anyway, but leave him off, save his battery. Okay. Deal with the entity pretty quickly. Dealing with a Nachzehrer can actually be difficult in terms of getting that perfect contract. It's not possible. Well, yeah, it is possible because we do it here, but sometimes it's not possible. It's doing too much. It's going to make you use your shield, and maybe your quest is you can't use the shield. You're going to need to fight it quickly and not get all the photos. There's a lot of little intricate details of why it makes it difficult, but just trust in this. If you have a Nachzehrer, you can try your hardest, get your perfect contract. It does happen. It does happen. You just need to be very, very careful. Turn the lights on everywhere you go. In terms of a Nachzehrer, he cannot hit you or hurt you if the lights are on. So make sure that you have, when you're walking through the house, you are actually turning on all the lights. And you are making sure that you are protected in that way. The light in this sense is your friend. But, hi Lost Ghost. Oh, and a duck. A duck is a good picture. Okay. Now the light is your friend, but I also want to say the Nachzehrer knows this.
Wait! You're not burned! Sunscreen? Oh, you tricked me!
So he will turn the lights out, as you can see. But it does give you, you know, the switch picture and stuff. He will do over voltage. He will break lights, he will turn off switches, he will turn off the breaker. Pretty much anything to make the environment dark. So even if he's not hitting you, he'll start acting like a Mara. Okay? Now, I've got some little thing in my head that holy water does good against certain entities like the demon, the echo death, and the really scary ones. So you will notice that you will notice that I do craft up holy water when I'm against a ghost or an entity that I'm scared of, okay? Don't like being in this dark for any longer than like a second. Right, let's go. Let's turn at this point, I turn all the electrics on. Okay? I'll even turn the TV on, I'll turn the PC on, anything with a light on it. I don't want to go in to the dark too much because he will hit you. Now, in order to balance this out, the Nachzehner's hits are not huge. You know, he's not hugely devastating hits here, but it does take a bit of health off. And also keep in mind that it will break your rune and hit you if you're in the dark. So put this on, and that will give you a nice little bit of protection.
I am invincible to your biting!
For instance, say he has actually broke all the lights in the house. You could walk about with this to get your evidence and be safe. Okay? What I do like to do is keep it switched on. In terms of fighting him, I'm going to make sure we've got a long runway so that I can see him coming. Turn this off now. We do only have 3 photos left, so you know that's a pretty good number for me to start the hunt. My worry is that he's going to start turning these lights out.
Attack me.
So as you can see, I have kept Zacky off right now. We know it's not a tulpa. I have kept Zacky off. We'll keep him in his room. We'll get that quest, okay? We know we need to find the bloodstain. We can do that at the end, that's fine. Right, now he breaks the light and I didn't place that rune quite quickly enough. Just chill out, just have a drink, you're fine. But I do find the Nachzehrer does a lot with electricity. You see the phone's ringing, you know, the lights are breaking, the breaker goes off. He's not yet broken the breaker for me, that seems to just be an Honoroy thing. But what I did find in the update, if you want to speed the hunt up, if you start moving objects around about the house, even if you want more evidence, it's always a good thing to do. Might actually put Zacky on just now because it's getting a bit dark. He's blew out the light right up at the end of the hall as well. And so I'm not really comfortable with that. There's no light beside me. We're going to just put Zacky on just to help us. But like I said, moving all these objects did help me actually get the hunt. And it also has helped me with evidence. So when I start piling these objects up, I found a siren do his ability quicker. I found the banshee scream. The poltergeist has done his ability. We've had explosions. Like, I highly suggest if you are struggling to get the hunt or get evidence, start piling up objects around about the house. Hi. He's such a beautiful creature. Now, because the Nachzehrer is so strong throughout the map and he's biting you when it's dark, 2 shots here, 2-3 shots, and he's gone. We'll fill in our information, we know pretty much everything. We still have to take a picture of the bloodstain and I'm going to confirm that cause of death. And this little, this green thing that comes around about me, you might be wondering what that is. With the recent update, Nusi Games has given our characters certain perks. And with those perks, my character, Octavia, she has the ability to heal, and she also has the chance of getting 2 extra pistol bullets, which is great. Now, I don't know if you guys seen that painting that's been added to Teen Boy's bedroom. It's actually the painting that I did for my aunt. So Nusi Games was so kind as to put that up there. I cried when I seen it. So there's another secret and a spoiler involved in this video. So just to reiterate guys, when you're dealing with an entity that has an orb, no cursed object, and is hitting you in the dark, then chances are that you are dealing with a Nachzehrer. Quickly identify, quickly deal with it. Always remember that sometimes in this game, you just can't get a perfect contract, and sometimes in this game things turn very, very quickly. So would keep an eye on the fact that this is one of the most aggressive entities. I would always say deal with it quickly, and you know what, if you have to take the hit, it's not a perfect contract, so be it. You've still came across a Nachzehrer and you've still banished him. We're going to say his cause of death is accident. I should have really looked at that a little bit more, but I'm sure it is. We've seen it on the blocks. That's kind of it guys. If you like these guys, if you like learning a little bit more about the entities, let me know in the comments, and if you want me to do more of these videos, i.e. the tulpa, let me know. That is a perfect contract, and that is a Nachzehrer.
Wait! You cannot steal! All right, vampire, get ready for some fisticuffs.